Good morning. Welcome everyone on this beautiful spring day to the Reno Buddhist Center Saturday morning yoga. My name is Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning and sharing your virtual energy with the Sangha. Happy Mother's Day weekend to all of the moms or those who identify as moms out there. This is a wonderful, beautiful weekend of celebration. So dedicate this practice to you today. We'll begin this morning with a simple seated position, whatever's comfortable for you, cross-legged or one ankle in front of the other, or if you prefer to sit on your knees, whatever works. And we'll be here for just a couple minutes. Sit up nice and tall and close your eyes. Just kind of settle into your seat, breathing in and out. Letting your internal gaze, your drishti, fall to the place between your eyebrows. Breathing in through your nose. And also out through your nose. Let's aim to make our exhale longer than our inhale. So we'll try it together. We'll breathe in for a count of 3 and we'll exhale out, hopefully for a count of 6, if that is possible for you. We'll try it a couple of times together and then you can do it on your own. It's the count's not important. It's really just kind of about getting that rhythm down. Breathing in this way, this kind of pranayama, really helps to expel sort of any extra tension, any extra frustration, or any kind of hot sensation that we might be having, and helps us kind of to come home to the center and strike balance, which is what we'll be working with today in our practice. So breathing in for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue on your own for a couple rounds. Continue to breathe, coming into a balanced breath, and just keep your eyes closed or gaze soft and just notice your breath. Notice the quality of your breath in your body. And before we move into our asana, I'm going to share a poem by Thich Nhat Hanh today from Being Peace. It's called Please Call Me by My True Names. If you've been joining us here for these Saturday morning yoga sessions. Lately, I've really been talking about the interconnectedness of us all and of everything. And I feel like it's a really, for me, this has been a really important time to really reflect on that nature of all of us and the nature of the universe and that connection, the interconnected or the interdependent nature of everything. To remember that, especially in times of isolation, for many of us, that we are never, ever, ever alone, because we are all connected in the most intimate, cosmic way possible. So this poem is it's a good reminder of that. There is a little bit of harsh language in the second part, so I want to warn you, but it's very powerful. Do not say that I'll depart tomorrow, because even today I still arrive. Look deeply. I arrive in every second, to be a bud on a spring branch, to be a tiny bird with wings still fragile, learning to sing in my new nest, to be a caterpillar in the heart of flower, to be a jewel hiding itself in a stone. I still arrive, in order to laugh and to cry, in order to fear and to hope. The rhythm of my heart is the birth and death of all that are alive. I am the mayfly metamorphosing on the surface of the river, and I am the bird which, when spring comes, arrives in time to eat the mayfly. I am the frog swimming happily in the clear water of a pond, and I am also the grass snake who, approaching in silence, feeds itself on the frog. I am the child in Uganda, all skin and bones, my legs as thin as bamboo sticks, and I am the arms merchant selling deadly weapons to Uganda. I am the 12-year-old girl, refugee on a small boat, who throws herself into the ocean after being raped by a sea pirate. And I am the pirate, my heart not yet capable of seeing and loving. I am a member of the Politburo with plenty of power in my hands, and I am the man who has to pay his debt of blood to my people, dying slowly in a forced labor camp. My joy is like spring, so warm it makes flowers bloom in all walks of life. My pain is like a river of tears, so full it fills up the 4 oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I can hear all my cries and my laughs at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true names, so I can wake up, and so the door of my heart can be left open, the door of compassion. Please bring your hands in front of your heart and take a moment to dedicate your practice. As I said, I dedicate this practice to all mothers, or mothers to be, or people who identify as mothers, to our Mother Earth. I invite you to make a dedication today and to really open your heart. Open yourself to the truth of your being as a vessel, of being comprised of all the parts of the universe. There is no self without all of these parts. We are part of one another. The good, the bad, the ugly. And then let's take an Om together to open our asana practice today. Inhale. Open your eyes. Let's go ahead and come around to hands and knees. You can just take your big toes touching, knees wide, and just push yourself right back into child's pose to start today. If you need to bring the earth closer to you, you can stack your hands under your forehead. But try to ground your forehead down. And really try to push back your bottom toward your heels as best you can. Breathing in. Breathing out. Imagine yourself as a child in this shape, or embody the child in your home or a child that you love. My little Tammy Iris, if you're watching, good morning. Mommy loves you. Listen to Daddy, Tammy Iris. Breathe it back. Really stretch your arms out in front of you. Start to feel the earth. Our precious mother. Okay. And go ahead and come on up on an inhale. Hands, shoulders distance apart, knees, hips distance apart. Spread your fingers wide. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, arching your back. Exhale, rounding your spine, pulling navel up towards spine. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then come to neutral spine. Excellent. And then you're going to take your right leg and take it back. I'm going to mirror you. So take your right leg back. And really try to touch the wall behind you first. Getting long, activating your glute. And then re-engage your arms here. Try to pull toward the midline. And then when you're lifting your leg, really lift with your core. So this is starting to fire up our core. Good. And then if that feels stable for you, you can take your opposite arm, so your left arm, reach that out in front of you. Now your gaze is kind of down and slightly forward so that you're not straining your neck. You want to be in a nice long line, neutral position. And try to take that breath that we did in our pranayama. So making your exhale longer than your inhale. Really getting empty at the bottom of that breath and engaging Mula Bandha. One more like that. Now you can stay there, you can reset, or you can bend your leg toward your bottom and then reach around with that hand. So opposite hand to foot. For a little twisted opening. Really engage your right arm, turn that outer arm under. Good. Let go. Come down. Take a child's pose real quick. Come back to child's. Big belly breath. Good. Come back on up. And we will go to the second side. So first, engage your hands here. And then take your left leg out, reach it behind you. So feeling your core engage as you do that. And then also your glute will activate. You can reach your toes back toward the wall. You can play with flexing your foot. Wherever you feel you can get the longest and be the strongest. And then I'll challenge you to come toward the midline. So what happens here is we tend to go toward the side that has both limbs on the earth, but we want to come to the center. We want to bring the energy to the center so that we can engage both arms, and that will help us engage our core to find balance here. When you're ready, you can take the opposite arm, reach it out in front of you. Again, try that. Make your exhale longer than your inhale. You'll find a little bit of more core engagement as you get very empty at the bottom of that breath. Good. And then, if it feels okay for you, reach around. Take opposite hand to foot. Engage your left arm. Don't let it get lazy. Turn it under. And then take a little bit of a twist here, opening up. Good. Come back to the mat. Once more to child's pose for a moment. Feeling everything start to wake up. Building a little bit of heat. Come on up. Once more, all fours. Curl your toes under on an inhale. Exhale into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. In down dog. Again, that very important arm engagement. Fingers spread wide, knuckles down, outer arms turned under. You know, if your legs are more straight or more bent will just depend on your body. If your hammies are really tight, you can open up your stance. Take it wide as your mat or almost. It's your dog, so you can play with it. Most important is that you want your weight moving toward your heels. Outer arms turned under, so you're hollowing out your armpits. Your neck is neutral, so you're not trying to strain and look forward. Really gazing back between your toes is a line for your drishti to follow. And then here we'll take 3 breaths, again, making your exhale longer than your inhale. Pulling that navel towards spine at the bottom, the exhale. Good. And then walk your hands back to your feet this time today. So you'll be toward the back of your mat. You'll find yourself in Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come on up. Good. Hands in front of your heart. Excellent. Samastitihi. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold. And then walk your hands out all the way to plank. Top of a push-up. You can always come to your knees for plank. That is a great modification. The most important thing is that you don't want to sag. So engaging your arms is key, still engaging your core, even if you're on your knees. And then we're going to take an inhale, push up, come up high on your toes, tailbone toward the sky. Exhale to Adho Mukha. So plank to down dog. And then down dog to plank. Plank to down dog, moving with your breath. Toes up, down dog to plank. One more like that. Inhale, push up. Exhale. And then down dog to plank. Once you get to plank, your next round of breath, you will take a chaturanga, so either full or modified, and then we'll come all the way to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Good. And then from here, you can push up, or you can just make your way back to down dog. So either chaturanga push-up or just to down dog. Always lots of options. Inhale, you're going to kick your right leg up. And then exhale, step it through to lunge. Good. Great. In lunge, then you can lower your back knee. Inhale up for Anjayasana. Exhale, hands down. Come back to your fingertips. And then take that foot back to down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through to lunge. First, set your lunge. Feel the buoyancy in your hips. Then lower your back knee, Anjayasana. Scooping your heart up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back to down dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog, making your exhale longer than your inhale. Inhale, take your right leg up. This time, exhale, twist it open. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, step through. Once more to lunge. This time, keeping your back toe curled under. Come all the way up into high lunge. All the way, crescent, little back bend at the top. Nice big breath, inhale, exhale, lower hands. Back to down dog. Don't worry, we'll get more chaturangas here, so if anybody feels like I'm shorting you on chaturangas, not to worry, your arms are getting plenty of work right now. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, twist it open. Try to keep your torso square. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, step through. Stick your lunge first. And then inhale, come on up. High lunge, really scooping the energy of our beautiful mother up. And then taking an offering from Father, Son. Inhale. Exhale, lower hands. Inhale, down dog. Exhale there. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, modified or full. Chaturanga. Once more to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Got to get a little higher this time. Exhale, all the way down. And then take your forearms out in front of you so that they're parallel. Come into a Sphinx pose. So Sphinx, this feels a little bit resting, but it's actually a beautiful heart opener. You're pulling the energy of the earth toward you. Shoulders are out of ears, moving down your back. Your pubic bone is rooted on the earth. Then you can start to kind of look skyward. Good. here we'll move into a half frog. So you'll take your right leg and bend it toward your bottom. And then you'll reach around with your right hand and grab your foot. And then your front arm, so your left arm will just work as support for you. You can grab your foot or your ankle wherever it feels best for you. If you have the flexibility in your shoulder, you can turn your fingertips and face them forward so that it becomes both a thigh stretch and a shoulder opener. Good. Go ahead and release that. Reset. Come to the second side. So your right arm will be support. You'll bend your your left leg toward your bottom and reach around. Same hand, same foot. You'll probably notice one side is tighter than the other. Try not to collapse toward the mat, but use your right arm to counterbalance so that you're pushing away from the earth. Good. Go ahead and release. Come down, forehead to the earth. Place your hands alongside you. Curl your toes under. Inhale. Chaturanga push-up or on your knees. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big breath in down dog. Try to make that exhale longer than the inhale. And at the bottom of your next exhale, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise. Come on up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. All the way to mountain pose. And just take a moment here. Feel your feet on the earth. Maybe lift your toes and lower them. Good. Excellent. Inhale. Arms come up, look up. Exhale through the center, dive forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Step or hop back, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, slowly step it through the lunge, which means your knee will come to your nose. Hopefully, as you step it through, find yourself in lunge. Inhale, up to crescent once more. Good. And exhale from here, just turn all the way in to warrior two. Yes. Warrior two, gazing over your front fingertips, deep bend in your front leg. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Nice side body stretch. Exhale into side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. Reaching your left arm over your ear, turning your heart toward the sky. So the tendency here is to kind of collapse, but you want to turn open. If it doesn't feel good for your neck to look up, that's fine. Your drishi can be wherever it best suits your neck. but you want to turn your heart open. Inhale, reach your fingertips. Exhale, take your arm up and behind you if you can for a little bit of a half bind, heart opener. Take that inhale and a longer exhale. Good. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Once more. Exhale, back to warrior 2. And then turn it back around to the front for warrior 1. So mixing it up a little bit. It can be a little awkward to go from warrior 2 to 1, but try it. Take your back foot rooted down. Square your hips toward the front. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands behind you. Clasp your hands. Shoulders down. Come to the curl of your back foot. So a crescent. Engage your front foot. Come into that leg. Lift your back leg up for warrior 3. Woo! Have fun with it. Wobbling is perfectly acceptable. From here, you can keep your arms as they are. You can bring them out as you're flying. You can bring them around to the front. Really reach that back leg like we did at the beginning of class. Engage that core. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, both hands to the earth. Standing split. And then bring your foot down to meet the other one. Good. Forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise. Come on up. Exhale through the center. Samasthiti. Good. You should feel nice and heated by now. Working to kind of burn some energy up so that we can fully release at the end. Good. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, plant hands, step, hop, walk. Plank to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Left leg, inhale it up. Exhale, slowly bring it forward. So try to get a little knee to nose action before you step into your lunge. Good. Inhale, rise up, crescent. Scooping your heart all the way up. Exhale, turn it into warrior 2. Gazing over front fingertips. Sorry, my back is to you. Good, really bend into that front leg. Arms creating a straight line across your heart center. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale into Parshva Konasana, second side. Reaching your right arm up and over your ear. Bending into your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, take that hand behind you for a little half bind. Turn your heart open. Make your exhale longer than your inhale. Inhale, arm up. Exhale all the way up, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale once more, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior two, all the way around to warrior one. So you may need to shorten your stance. Yeah. Square your hips, root the back foot down, turn it out slightly. Inhale, look up, little back bend. Exhale, clasp your hands behind you. Little shoulder stretch first. Inhale, pull it down. Then engage your back toe, curl it. On a breath, engage your core. Come into your front leg, your left leg, lift the right leg up, shooting it back toward the wall, and then toes down, warrior three. You can keep your arms as they are, or you can bring them out as if you're flying or in front of you. 2, 1. Inhale, bring it down, both hands to the earth, standing split. Exhale. Forward fold. Maybe you want to clasp your elbows this time in your forward fold. Bend in your knees. Inhale. Ardha Uttanasana, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Root to rise. Come on up. Exhale through the center. Samasthiti. Come into mountain pose for a moment. Good. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Plant your hands, step, hop. Whatever it takes. Chaturanga. All the way down to your belly. We're going to take bow here. Well, first we'll start with the locust. Let's just start with Shalabhasana first. So take your hands behind you, clasp them, lift up, heart off the earth, gaze down and slightly forward, feet up, knees up. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Down. And turn your head to one side. Grounding to the earth. Good. Bring your forehead back to the earth. You can repeat Shalabhasana. You can repeat half of a frog, because we're going to do 3 of these. Or you can take both hands to the corresponding feet and lift up. Nice heart opener. Dhanurasana. Release. Turn your head the opposite direction. Good. Forehead back to earth. Repeat. If you took half frog, take it on the other side. Otherwise, Shalabhasana or Dhanurasana. Locust or bow. Really allow your breath to rock you. Try not to splay out your knees, but rather keep them in line with your hips. Good. When you're ready to release, bring both hands to the earth, stack them. Make a little pillow for your head. Make this an offering to your mother, to our mother. And really feeling her energy underneath you, like a warm hug. Feel her strength. Good. Come on up. Both forearms on the earth. Once more parallel with one another. Spread your fingers wide. Curl your toes under. Now, if it's better, we're going to move into a forearm plank and then a dolphin for our inversion. If it's better for you to clasp your hands, you can do that. So 2 options, clasped hands or parallel forearms. Curl your toes. Engage your core. Come into a forearm plank. And breathe. Stay there. Take a rest. Or push the weight back toward your heels and start to walk your feet toward your arms for dolphin. Once you find you're kind of at your max, push the weight back toward your heels. Breathe. See if you can get a little bit more space. I'm going to go ahead and drop to your knees. Rest for a moment. And then once more, come up into dolphin. If you're loving this, maybe experiment with taking one leg up to the sky. Maybe you can even get a little hang time, lifting the opposite leg off. When you're done with that side, come once more to your knees and take a modified child's pose. One more side to go, or one more round, depending on where you're at. Come into dolphin. Or if dolphin's not happening for you, just take a forearm down dog. So your stance will be widened out, but you're still getting the benefit of strengthening your forearms and opening your heart. If you're in dolphin and you're taking it to the second side, take that leg up to the sky. Maybe try to lift the other foot off the earth for a little bit of hang time, Pinchi Mayurasana prep. And when you're done, come down, be done, all the way, child's pose. Woo. Forehead to earth. Bring your hands back to your feet. And really feel the energy of the earth underneath you. Almost ready to bring it to the earth. Not quite. So come into plank. If you want to take a vinyasa, feel free. Otherwise, you can just go straight into down dog. Everybody meet in down dog. Good. Kick your right leg up. Bring it through to lunge. And then from there, just straighten both legs to the best of your ability for a wide, modified Parsvottanasana. For just a breath, fold over your front straight leg. And then take it to the long edge of your mat. Parvrita, or Prasarita, rather. Straddle pose. So taking hands to feet if that's possible. Otherwise, hands just right underneath you. Angling your head toward the earth. Big belly breath. Good. Come on up. Place your left hand underneath you, and then bring your right arm toward the sky for a twist. Twisting Prasarita. And go ahead and release. Other side. Left hand to the sky for a twist. Lower. Walk it back around to the front of your mat. Hands down. Either down dog or vinyasa. Last one, I promise, to down dog. And then you'll take your left leg up. Step it through to lunge. And then take that wide pyramid pose. So long stance, Parsvottanasana. Try to angle both hips back. Fold over your front straight leg. And then turn toward the long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Once more, Prasarita. Now here you can take your hands out in front of you. If you want this sort of long, wide down dog-like Prasarita shape, you can take your hands underneath you and reach back toward the opposite side of your mat. For my headstanders who want to take a tripod headstand, this is also a good time to do that for just a couple breaths. If you're in headstand, release that now. And we'll once more take a twist. So bring your left hand down, right arm up. So you can get a little bit more space. Good. Switch sides. Opening up. Back to the center. On your breath, once more, walk it around to the front of your mat for a lunge. And then everybody come back to downward facing dog. Take that inhale. Long exhale. Again, inhale. Long exhale. One more, inhale. Long exhale. And then come the way down to your knees into a seat, both legs out in front of you. Good. And then here you're going to take your right leg. You're going to bend your right leg, so leave your left leg straight. Bend your right leg into your chest. And then you're going to turn toward your right, either squeezing your knee into you or taking your shoulder to the outside. So it's a little different. It's not quite crossed over. Good. And then turn back around to the front. Bend your front straight leg. Take your right leg, flex it over your left. So it's like you're setting up for a figure four. You can stay here if this is enough, if this feels like a hip opener, or we're going to come into double pigeon, which means that your right shin will stack on top of your left. Inhale. Look up halfway if you're in double pigeon. Exhale, fold. So if even the flexed foot over the thigh isn't working for you, you can just continue to take that upright shape. And you can also just work with a half lotus as you're sitting up. So lots of options here. Trying to get a little bit of a hip opener. If you're in double pigeon, just allow yourself to fold forward to the best of your ability, making a kickstand with your hands or bringing them as close to the earth as possible, your head rather, as close to the earth as possible. But most important is to breathe and start to let go. Yoga is such a beautiful practice because we can build up heat rather quickly, though gently, with compassion, and burn through the excess energy, the clinging, the attachment, and find opening in our body to let the prana or the life force move through us. Inhale, come on up. Which is what makes it such a sacred practice and such an important mindfulness practice and a reminder of how connected we all are. Go ahead once more. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Take a moment here for a Dandasana, staff. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold into Paschimottanasana. So one more forward fold. Come on up. Hands behind you, fingertips opposite direction. Step into your feet. Quick tabletop as a reverse shape. Counter pose. Exhale, lower. Second side. So this time you'll take your left leg into your chest. Flex your right foot, so really engage it. And then you're going to twist to your left, either hugging your knee in or taking your elbow to the outside. Looking behind you. Good. Untwist. Place your right foot on the earth. Take your left foot, flex it over your thigh as you're kind of in this seated pigeon prep or figure 4. Stay here if you like and just work this shape. If that doesn't feel that great, you can take that half lotus, or you can come all the way into double pigeon, stacking left shin on top of right. Maybe this is enough for you. If you want to take it forward, doesn't matter how far you go. It can be up like this, just the slightest amount of your fingertips forward, where you use your breath to walk closer to the earth. I like to take my hands in prayer position and use my thumbs on my third eye as a resting place. It feels very soothing, and particularly for me on this side. This hip is really tight, so I don't get quite as close to the earth. No. Again, try to take that longer exhale than the inhale. Slowly make your way up. Once more, straightening your legs. Staff. Just a simple roll down to a yummy Paschimo. Just moving with your breath. Roll it on up. Letting your breath be fluid, come up into tabletop, counter pose. Exhale down all the way to your back, bringing your knees in, giving yourselves a squeeze, rocking a little side to side. Maybe taking a happy baby, which means grabbing the edges of your feet with corresponding hand, pulling them down so that your knees are coming down toward your armpits, pelvis on the earth, sacrum on the earth, or moving toward the earth. Good. And then just make your way to complete relaxation. Shavasana. Letting it all go. Melting into the earth. Releasing into her embrace. Letting yourself dissolve into the billions of particles, the infinite particles of light. That you are. it all go. If it feels right and you have time, stay in Shavasana for a bit longer. Just continue to let yourself be embraced by our Mother. Knowing that she takes care of you, you also take care of her. We are here to take care of her and of one another. If we tend to our joy, we bring joy to others. We tend to our health, we bring health to others. We tend to our happiness, our love. We bring that to others. We open our hearts to true compassion, karuna. We open our hearts to share metta, loving kindness. We breathe loving kindness in. We cultivate loving kindness. We share it out. We create the condition of mudita, of joy, and then we exude and share joy with others. We practice to create equanimity, upeksha. If you are ready to sit up, or if you are already sitting, we can close our practice this way. Bring your hands in front of your heart. When you arrive there, you take a breath of gratitude to yourself and for the others who have joined this morning's Sangha from their homes. Creating this beautiful container of practice through whatever means necessary. And take a breath of gratitude to RBC for being our Sangha home. And then recall a dedication. I take a breath of gratitude for all the mothers who came before me, those who are walking around me, my own mother and lineage, our collective mother. The goddess divine. Let us close with an Om to seal in our practice. Inhale. May all beings everywhere, all creatures in the 10 directions, be happy, healthy, and free from danger, fear, and suffering. May we be filled with peace that passeth all understanding, and rejoice in the successes of others. Thank you so much for sharing your practice this morning. Namaste. Again, thank you for joining here. There is a donation button on the live stream pages. You can also Venmo at Reno Buddhist Center. Please, if you can or feel called to, please do contribute to the Sangha, to the center, so that we can keep doing wonderful things like this. There's chanting this afternoon and service tomorrow, so we hope to see you again. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.